Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today's little SVG paper piecing process is going to be on KaDoodle Bug's Cutie KaToodles Easter Hedgehog. Isn't it cute? I just love this piece. Well, I love them all, but this one is just super cute. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. So I've got the pieces all separated out. That's pretty much the best thing to do, is get all your pieces, like your eggs together, your eyes together, your ears, the muzzle, the head, the body, the arm and hand, and the legs. So I'm going to start with the yellow. So I am using what's left on here, and this is the Barely Banana. And I did use the re-inker as I don't have the pad anymore. I had to throw it out. So anyways, we've got the yellow done. So we are done with our yellow, because I think that's the only yellow on this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is the pink. And for this one, I used Regal Rose. And I probably should grab... So on this one, I used the StampinUp's Regal Rose. It's kind of a different color. I figured I've got it. Why not use it? It's kind of a little challenge for me, is to kind of use some of the different colors in my stash. These are color, like the Regal Rose I haven't used in like forever, I'm sure. The purple one, I'm just going to do that amethyst color. I had pulled out this cat's eye color box, and it has a little purple in it, and it's kind of, it's a pigmented ink, but I don't know that it actually even put a color. It did very light. You probably can't even see that. And so I ended up coming back over it with this anyways. So I just kind of wanted to show you. I love these. I wish I could find this blue. This blue is so pretty, and I've used it all up. Let's see. I just have to show you. It's just a really nice blue. And I've used it so much. I used to use this on the white, but there is nothing left. I mean, there's very little, but yeah, I don't even know what color that is, because there's no color on it. So I was kind of sad about that when that one went. Okay, so, and then for the light pink bunny, I'm just going to use the Spun Sugar. That's the distressed ink. Again, you can just pick whatever colors. If you're doing this one, you can just pick whichever colors. This one's a super fun one to do. I did do something different for the eyes on the Peeps. I didn't want to cut, I mean, those are tiny pieces, right? I wasn't about to cut those out, so I just deleted them out. And hopefully you could see. I'm sorry. I hope I was in the view there. Okay, so we got that one done. So this one here, there's two ways you could do this one, because you could come along the edge with your marker. This one's G12. It's a sea green. Or I picked the one I've just been using lately with the Easter things, is certainly Celery. And there's probably a little bit left on here. So I'm just going to kind of come in and get the edges done up. The color, you would think it wouldn't go with this, you know, when you look at it, you're like, but it's fine for the edge. And you could, like I said, you could always come in with one of your markers. So that's good enough there. So we have all those done. So the next thing I want to do is the body pieces. And for the body pieces, I'm going to use the brushed corduroy. And I'll just kind of get that inked up. And so I'm going to do, actually, I use it on that one first. Shoot. Because then the leftovers were done on there. So we're going to kind of come, this guy I do a little different, and I'm going to show you Hopefully I grabbed the right pin. So on his outlines, I did use a pin to do all these dark outlines on him. So because this piece is pretty big, I'm just coming around the edges, holding this down. So if you don't have a glass mat, just use a piece of like scrap cardstock. We don't need to do the bottom because you don't even see any of that. But I'm just kind of coming in to give some little bit of distress. So you can do like a circular motion coming around and then come back around and fill in whatever you've missed. And I think that's probably good. Okay. And then to give the nice little outline, I just come with this pen. Or marker, I mean. I always say pen. Sorry, you guys. It's a marker. And it's not, I'm just giving the little edge. So I'm more so drawing on the glass. So if it was on a piece of paper, I would just take this and come on this outside and let that come just a little bit on it. Hopefully you could see that better maybe. I don't know if on the glass is the best, but... And you can come up closer. So it's whatever you like. I think it's easier for me to go on. I'm so used to using the... There we go. So sometimes you may have to... Whoops. Yeah, I like that look. I just like how it gives a nice edge to the piece. So, I don't know. It's always fun to just do some different things when you're working with these. It just makes it a lot of fun. Okay. So, I think we're good on that. And then I'm just going to spritz. This is just rubbing alcohol. I fill this little bottle up with it. I use it on my hands and then to clean this as well. And so we have this hair done, and then I'm just going to do this one like really kind of quick here. And you can kind of just pounce in there a little bit. And hopefully you could see that. I tried to zoom in this camera to see if you could see better and then just kind of get those edges. Just have fun with it. Okay. I think that's fine. Oh, that is gonna need, there we go. Okay. Hopefully I know I always have stuff left. Okay, so the hair's done. And then now we want to use that same dauber that we used for the hair, and we can just lightly go around the head, or you could do it as dark as you want. So it's really up to you. Why do I feel like that's lighter? Wait. Yeah, no, that's the same one. I think I'm going to grab a little more. Hopefully I didn't drop one. I've got all these right here, so hopefully that's not too dark. Okay, that should be okay. I'm thinking. I just kind of twist it, but also on the body, we do see quite a bit of the body. And so I'm going to do that. And then the little legs, you're going to see those too. So you kind of want to get those covered up. Sometimes I'll tell you like what things that I have left off on some of the pieces. So if you kind of just look at your piece, you can kind of see where you don't need to distress. So it kind of helps. But we know the edges we need on this because they kind of go up to each other. And so we'll just get this one more time. Okay, so I've got all those done. I'm going to do the arm. And the arm, we see the entire arm on this one. And usually the part of it's hidden, but not on this guy. Okay, and then we have the ears. And I'm thinking, I kind of am looking at the one, so this one goes this way. I think this was a scrap craft paper, so that I used. Let's see, and I think that one, this one goes this way. And the ears, I'm just doing pretty much the whole thing. Sometimes I'll leave the bottom. You don't need to do the bottom. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do, he's got a little paw, his little hand. And I'm just going to come around the top edge like so. And that one's done. And then the muzzle. Now that the muzzle's lighter, I'm going to come in a little softer. And that way, you know, the harder you go, the more darker. So it's nice to start out with some of the light pieces light. And then if you want to come in darker, you could always come in darker. So hopefully you can see that one. And then this one I think goes to that side. I should glue this down right now. The little pieces sometimes are like, ah! And I did resize these. I resize all of mine to usually about 3 inches and sometimes less. And so for him, I think he is 3 inches. If you're new and you're not sure how to resize on them, I could always do a quick video and show you, but usually you can just go to the corner. And I always use on your mat, even on the screen, the squares represent 1 inch. And so I'll actually move that whole square until I get that base piece the size I want. So that's the nice thing about when there's a base piece, because you can take the base piece in the design space or whatever you're using. So I don't know if Cameo has that or not, but where the mat, it shows the mat grid. But that's an easy way to do it. And then you'll just take your corner and do your arrow and make it smaller until it's the size you want. And then another thing I do in there as well is I will actually change the colors, because it can be confusing when you have a lot of colors you're working with. And so I kind of want to know. So I just change the colors in there as well to what I'm using instead of what the file came with. And so I do that too. Okay, so the first thing on this one here that we're going to lay down is going to be the hair, this big piece right here. I think I've done everything. Oh, I didn't do the marker on those, but that's okay. Or on the eyes. I can do that later. And so I'm just getting some glue. Again, I don't need to add a ton to this because then I have it like everywhere. So I'm going to put the hair on and get that. So I can kind of see there's placements for the hair. And so that's pretty much what I did. You can always take your little tool that you smooth out and you can kind of press that down if you need, because this is a big piece. Okay, so we have the hair on, and so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and add our eggs. And so I'm going to add this purple one here first. Because if you look at your picture, and I try to always say, have a picture of him or whatever design you're working with, have it where you can see it right next to you so you can look at that and be able to see, you know, oh, shoot, that may go first, you know. And then so, And then I do want to do this yellow one as well. So I'm just going to grab that yellow. And kind of move it right up. Okay. So I think those are down good. So now on this one here, I did use the marker and just on these pieces, and it kind of just came along. So the top I did thin, and then the bottom I went a little bit thicker. And then again, if you're using Copics, it's nice to be able to use the, well, not that one. Okay, and then, oops, let's get this one too. So I'm just gonna kind of come to the bottom a little bit along that bottom. And then there's that one. And this one you really don't even need to do because you're not even going to see it. And so I'm just going to leave that one. But I do want to kind of blend that a little bit. Okay. And we'll go ahead and get those glued on. So this is the little top one. Oh, I need to clean. You could tell when you need to clean these up a little bit. The wax, hopefully. Kind of shape that. There we go. Sometimes they get, when you use them a little much, they tend to need to just, I wipe off the wax, the excess. Oh, if I can see that. Jeez Louise, come on. Well, am I going to be able to move that? There we go. And see it. Okay, so then the next piece is probably right about here. And then that little teeny bottom piece we don't even see. You really don't even need to add this one. I could have opted out, but sometimes you just don't know when you're... if I see teeny tiny pieces, that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. That's too small. So this one kind of just gets placed. You can kind of see a little bit right here, and then we want to cover up. So I'm just going to place, hopefully I'm in view. So I want to make sure that this hair is covered right there, and then you know the leg's going to come down here, so that's kind of your placement for the leg, and then this is for the bunny. Okay, so we've got that on, and then we could even put this little green peep on, so we might as well do that since we're down here, and then we'll go ahead and get the legs and the body on as well. So I'm just putting some glue on the back of this one. And then there is the piece right here showing. So that's going to show where to put that ear on there. So you can kind of just move it. And there we go. Okay. And so we have that piece on. And I guess we'll just get the legs on. Might as well do all this, because we'll have to do the ears and the head after, but I want to kind of show how I do the placement on that, because I ended up using the head and the body to help figure out where I wanted everything on this one. Let's see, so we want to kind of get, whoops. And so we kind of have our legs on now. And so now the body looks pretty short, right? That looks really short when I'm looking at it, but let's see. We need to bring the body up. So you can kind of bring the body above this little leg right here a little bit, because you're going to have to bring in this hair and place the head. Oops. I can't see if that, oh yeah, there's the hair right there. So I think that's okay. Okay. So we're going to place this body first, and then we need to go do the ears next. Hopefully that's right. And then let's get the little ears on. We can kind of see them. We need to cover up right here. And I need to cover right here. So I think that one, this one goes this way. So this one needs to cover all that. Wow. So you need to bring it, get that covered. I can kind of see where the glue's coming out, where it's, I think I put too much glue. That's all right. Okay, wait, so I kind of just keep moving them until they get all the backing covered. Okay. And then that'll help with the placement on these guys. Oops. Okay. Okay, so that's done. And so now we can get the head. We need to get the head on here. I just kind of, and then because the hair is going to come right about there, I kind of want to see, yeah, I think that's going to probably going to look good. So I'm going to leave it just how I have it. And then kind of press that down. Okay. And so we're good to go. I'm not going to put the hair on right now, because I do want to get the eyes and the muzzle on right now. So I'm going to do the muzzle first. But on these eyes, I did use the aqua. And I want to just come in with the blender first. That way it'll let this bleed. And of course, I went up over, but that's all right. I could come back in with that little blender and get that to just... And so there's one eye. And then let's get this one. So if you could use whatever. If you want to use one of your markers, and then maybe come in with a little, if you're going to use a marker like that just to do the outside, you could always come and do a circular motion with a color that's similar to whatever eyes you pick. Okay, so those go there. Okay, so the muzzle we're putting on next. And we could always, actually, we could always get the arm and this other guy on. Let's do that really quick, because we're almost... Oh, shoot. Nope. Because you have to do the cheeks, and I always forget. Especially. So on the cheeks, I'm just going to use some pink chalk. And these little brushes I'm using, I did buy off of Amazon. And I try to put links in my description below the video. You have to click on the little description and it'll open it up. They're pretty good price because you get quite a few of them for 10 bucks and under. And so there we go. So we're good on that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and, oh shoot, I shouldn't add her because I still have to do the eyes. What was I thinking? Oh well, we're going to just put it right about, we're going to put it right about there. Okay. I just kind of wanted to get all these pieces on here. So if you're going to do the eyes and you're not wanting to have anything in your way, you could kind of do the eyes first and then come in and put this little peep. And let's see, where's this? Okay, so those are done. So now we can do our eyes. So on the eyes, I'm going to do, like I always do, I always put the muzzle on, and I only put enough glue, you know, to leave some of the top open, because sliding the eyes in, it just makes it so much easier to get your placement for your eyes. And so I'm going to do one there and one here. And so it has a little nick right there. I put that towards the inside. But you can do, if you don't want to do it that way. And then you could always tilt this up, going up a little bit. And on the, right, let's see. And if you want to leave a space, you can leave a space. If you want them close together, if you're going to do eyelashes, I always end up putting them close together just so I can do the lashes and have enough room. And this should slide in just a little bit. And same with that one. Yep. Okay. And then you can just press that down, and we'll add a little bit of, I have to remember not to wipe on these clothes because I'm usually in stuff that I don't care if it gets like paint or anything on it. But today I'm not. I'm wearing actually one of my good tops. We had our kids over and grandkids. So, okay. So I think this one we're ready to do the eyes. So you just want to make sure when you're doing the eyes that there is no glue around here, because you'll ruin those micron pins with the glue. So I try to do that. But so let's go ahead and shade. So on this one here, I did use a little bit of two different shades of brown, a little bit of black, and I did come in with a little bit of a smoky blue. So I'm going to start with the smoky blue first, and I'm going to come just right along this edge, and hopefully I am in view. So we can just start with a little bit, because once you do your lashes, it's always nice to come back in and get it kind of all smooth together. Okay, and so now I want to do a light brown, because I'm going to come up a little bit. You won't see it too much. In the camera, you probably won't even see this at all. I have no idea. Sometimes it's hard to see the colors. So this little brush I'm using, I actually found it with all my brushes on the very bottom, and it's been there for a long time in my drawer. And anyways, I thought, oh, I need to use that. And so I figured I'd try it out and see how it worked, and I actually really love it. So now I'm going to just come in with the 005 micron. If you're looking to buy micron pins, I would say go to Amazon and check out the prices on the kits. You can get like some, I don't know if it's 8 or 7 or what, but I ended up getting like the 005, a 05, a 03, a 01, and I can't remember what else, but for a good price, $10. Okay, I think we're going to be okay on that. Kind of come in a little bit, because I'm going to come back with the chalk. So on this one here, I want to start my little lashes, and I'm hoping, because I'm trying to get my head in here too. So let's see. So I'm doing some really light strokes. And most of my lashes are the same size when I do them. And then some of them are a little longer. But you could tell like that one came out dark and the rest are light. I can always come back in if I want them darker. And I want that one there. And then I'm going to swing down. The swinging down is kind of hard sometimes. I'm like, oops. So one there. Sometimes I get a little heavy. That's why it's nice when you have the really fine pin. The 005 is really nice because it does give a good feather lash without having too much of heavy. I used to use the 05 all the time. But I think I'm liking this one the best for the lashes. Now, I will sometimes come in with the 05 and do the liner on the eye. And this is where you can kind of just tie it all together. And if you want to come back in and do any more, you can. I think I'm going to leave these. That's a good one. Sometimes you could do the, these bottom ones real dark. And then the lighter, upper one's a little lighter if you want. Okay, so that one I'm done. That's a 005 micron. So now I'm going to start coming in with some of that smoky blue. I want to do some smoky blue around here. I love the look of the blue. It's really, really pretty. And then I could always come into the corner with some black. So right down here, you can do like a little circular. You can come down. And then same with this side. I didn't even retouch that up with the chalk. And if you get too much and you're like, whoa, that's too much, just take the eraser, like your craft eraser, or if you've got the Stampin' Up, they come with, I gotta wipe that really quick. They come with a little chalk or a little eraser, but I haven't used it. Now I'm using a lighter brown to kind of come in here. And I think that's good. If you want them darker, you could go darker. Or if you want them lighter, you can go lighter. So now I need to just add my dots and the top hair. And then, oh, I do want to show you, I'm going to use, let's see, we'll go 1, 2, 3. For some reason, I like adding the little black dots to, and I'm going to add very faint pink here on the muzzle. I don't know, I like doing the black dots there for some odd reason. So I'm going to use a light, very light pink up here. It's almost like a peachy type pink. And with the chalks, it's nice because you can just wipe these right off onto, I've done several colors. I use this one for this is a number 4. I use it mainly for all the pinks. And then, so we just need to add this little nose and the hair. Okay, and then I do want to get that hair up there, and then we'll come in and add these the little things that I'm going to add next. Oh my gosh, they were dry. They were kind of crazy because they're so small. So, okay, so we have that on there. Let's just get some of the little highlights. Trying to go light. This pen's real heavy on that. Oh, come on. With the hand. One there, one on the foot, and one there. Okay, I'm thinking, oh, and then of course the little nose. Okay, so I'm using these little gems. There's a heat tool that you can use with this, and I have it, but I don't even use the heat tool. I just use glue because they stay on really well when you use the glue, but you have to be careful. So I'm going to use these super, super tiny ones. And I kind of had a few of them all over the place today when I was doing this, but I'm like, I don't care. It's fun. Who cares? Okay, so I'm going to add the little, where I think these eyes are going to go. Now, if you don't want to deal with these little tiny guys, so I did put the glue there. You could always use, let me grab one really quick because I have a drawer of these, but I don't think I had. I used to use them all the time on the, well, you'd want them in brown or black. I would prefer brown, or black. They're the smaller ones. They come real small, but I used these a ton when I was doing a lot of the die cuts. And so now I'm going to try to get these little things out of here. So they are, some of them you go. Okay. Ah! See what I mean? Okay. So if that happens, I'm just going to come here. Okay. So now I think it's on the right side. That's so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to probably be like, no way am I going to try to do that. But it's, yeah, I guess you get better after you've done it enough times. Shoot. Ah! Okay, wait a minute. There we go. So even this little part on here will pick up. That's what the nail techs use is. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, and I got something on this one. It's going to make me, I don't know what I got on there. I may have to put a little flower up there on that one. Okay. Yeah, I'll cover that up. And if there's always, if you ever have, I mean, that happened where I could, but, and he could probably have a little heart right there. Shoot. Let's go an eye. I don't want too much glue. I'm trying to be like super, you get too much and oh, that part's gonna, oh, yeah, see, there it is. Whoop. What is going on? Of course, when you're doing a video. Okay, and then I'll just grab these. Let's get those really. There's one. We'll just press that one down. Yeah, the heat tool for this is pretty neat, but I don't know. I've just been doing them with glue. I guess I should try to use it again. Okay, and then I can always add a little flower up here to cover that little thing up. And then I think we're done. If you want to add any white, you can do that. But yeah, I think everything's done on this one. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And if you have any suggestions for different SVGs that you'd want to see, any of the KaDoodle Bugs ones, let me know and I could go ahead and maybe do a video on that if you're wanting me to. So thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.